June 25th, Tuesday, so welcome to Bitcoin TV's channel. I'm Zu and this is the 24-hour data headlines in the crypto world sponsored by Deepcoin. Today, Bitcoin briefly plunged to 58,300 in the early morning, hitting a 2-month low. Over the past 24 hours, there were 360 million in liquidation network-wide, with nearly 90,000 people liquidated as of noon. Bitcoin held the 60,000 level since bottoming out in a bear market in November 2022. Bitcoin has experienced 6 major corrections, with correction ranges between -16 to 23.7%, all exceeding 20% in depth. As of now, Bitcoin's correction depth is -16%, lasting 35 days, not yet reaching the average correction depth of -22% and average duration 40 days for the circle. Therefore, information depth and duration are perspective. The current correction is still in average levels. With Bitcoin's decline, Ethereum also fell down 2.13% in the past 24 hours, but didn't break yesterday afternoon's new low of 3,212. As of noon, it rebounded above 3,300, down 2.13% in the past 24 hours. Among the top 10 altcoins by market cap, Sol and Tron rose against the trend by 2.75% and 0.62%, respectively. Although BNB, XRP, and Doge also fell, their 24-hour declines were all smaller than Bitcoin's. Additionally, the 2024 European Football Championship is in full swing, and many believe fan tokens will perform exceptionally well during this period. However, the reality is quite the opposite. The block supports token index, which tracks the performance of fan tokens of famous European football teams, has fallen sharply since the championship began on June 15th. The current cumulative market value of these tokens has decreased by about 12.8%, making it one of the worst performing asset baskets in the market this week. Bitcoin's seller risk ratio has now reached a significant level, with a sharp decline to a low range in the short term. At its peak, the risk ratio exceeded 0.75%, while it's currently below 0.1%, indicating a significant reduction in risk. Recall that in March 2024, the seller risk ratio was still high, firmly above 1.2%. However, the market turbulence over the past 3 months has led to a significant drop in the seller ratio to below 0.1%, indicating that investors are unwilling to realize profits or losses at the current price range. This usually occurs when both buyers and sellers are exhausted, suggesting that market may face greater volatility and a strong signal of impending change. The current market conditions show that almost all investors seeking short-term profits or avoiding losses have achieved their goals. Alright, please like and follow us, and we'll help you sort out the news closest to money in a 24-hour crypto blockchain and mining industry. Mt.Gox, once the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, was hacked in 2014, losing 850,000 bitcoins. Now, after 10 years of bankruptcy litigation and several delays, compensation is finally underway. At the end of April, Block Temple reported that many creditors had posted on social media saying they had received partial cash repayment and predicted that repayment in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were imminent. In the ocean cryptocurrencies, the name Mt.Gox is like a sleeping boulder, and whenever it stirs, it always causes ripples in the market. This time, this boulder has finally made its voice heard after 10 years of silence.
Mt.Gox Exchange finally announced recently that it expects to start repaying customers in Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCH, in July. After Mt.Gox's announcement, Bitcoin fell from $62,400 to $60,588 in just 15 minutes, and continued to drop to a low of $58,300 before rebounding. In response, Galaxy research head Alex Thorne posted on X platform last night, commenting that he believes the Bitcoin sell pressure ultimately triggered by Mt.Gox will be less than expected.
With this action from Mt.Gox, market investors are discussing whether this will bring more selling pressure to the already sluggish Bitcoin. After all, although creditors lost these cryptocurrencies about 10 years ago and cannot recover 100% of their assets, the coin price has multiplied since then. Now that they can finally recover these assets, they might choose to sell, causing Bitcoin to fall. Of course, the markets always follow variables. Although analysts have given their predictions, the real results still need time to verify. So, however, from the current situation, Mt.Gox's debt repayment action doesn't seem to have caused too much impact on the Bitcoin market. On the contrary, it might become a new opportunity for the market, making those long-term holders more convinced of Bitcoin's value. Looking back at the altcoin trends from last year to this year, you'll find that the ones that surged the most were actually a series of meme coins like PP, Bonk, Acture. Basically all with several to dozens of times growth, while those VC tokens invested by some famous institutions such as OP, RDNT, ARB, Acture not only didn't rise much, but due to the recent market decline, they've returned to square one overnight. This would have been unimaginable in the past. Even now, many people believe that VC tokens have become a cancer in the crypto industry, sucking the blood of the crypto world. So why exactly did VC tokens change from being everyone's favorite to now being a rat crossing the street that everyone shouts to beat? So let's look at the report.
Since last year, incremental funds have been continuously flowing into the crypto circle, but the rise in altcoins has not been ideal. As of now, USDT's circulating market value is $112.7 billion, an increase of $29.5 billion compared to a year ago. While USDC's market value is $32.6 billion, an increase of $4.2 billion. However, since the second half of 2023, due to the existence of giant tokens like TIA and SEI, a large amount of liquidity has been taken away by them. This has resulted in many altcoins not showing any increase. According to preliminary calculations, 50% of the incremental funds were taken by dozens of VC tokens.
These VC tokens allowed early investing institutions to get tokens at a very cheap cost. As long as the tokens are listed on exchanges, it's at least a 10-time profit baseline. And users who participate in airdrops also got tokens at a very low cost. This leads to everyone wanting to sell tokens to cash out. Even if there's a lot of incremental funds entering into the crypto industry, it can't withstand such a large sell pressure. This ultimately leads to liquidity being continuously drained. Therefore, calling VC tokens a cancer is really not an exaggeration. The only thing that can change this situation is probably relying on exchanges to change their listing strategies. List fewer projects with only 10% or 20% circulation, and consider more projects with high circulation and low market cap. Bringing more wealth effects to this market will make people more willing to play in this market. As the smoke of the US presidential election intensifies, the battle between incumbent President Biden and former President Trump has become the focus of global attention. Last week, after Ripple announced a $25 million donation to the cryptocurrency Super Political Action Committee PAC Fair Shake, A16Z also announced a $25 million donation to Fair Shake. Undeniably, cryptocurrency has become a new force influencing election results in this political battle. The more crypto chips candidates have in their hands, the higher their chances of winning.
I am going to vote for the person who's going to do the best job for our economy. I am a voter when it comes to economics. And on that basis, Trump.
According to the Block's report, research and brokerage firm Bernstein believes that despite the recent market correction, the cycle of structural adoption of cryptocurrencies remains intact. Bernstein believes that although Ethereum ETFs may perform weakly at first, if election sentiment turns towards the Republicans, cryptocurrencies will eventually become a Trump trade, and ETH will be able to gain attention. The new cryptocurrency bull market cycle is a multi-year opportunity, and recent weakness may be an opportunity to buy on dips. They still maintain a target price of $200,000 for Bitcoin in 2025.
The current bearish argument in the market is that the launch of Ethereum spot ETFs will be a small event with disappointing flows compared to Bitcoin. However, while Ethereum ETFs may not see as much spot conversion due to the lack of staking functionality, analysts still expect demand sources to be the same as Bitcoin ETFs, just on a smaller scale. If, as Bernstein says, Trump's rise to power can change the current state of cryptocurrencies and bring new attention to ETFs, so we quite support the statement of female stock god Cathie Wood. So Cathie Wood has long been a supporter of cryptocurrencies. As early as 2015, the ARK Web X.0 ETF led by ARK Investor became the first ETF to invest in Bitcoin. Since then, ARK Invest has continued to expand its investment scale in the cryptocurrency field by purchasing stocks of cryptocurrency-related companies such as Coinbase and successfully obtained approval to issue Bitcoin spot ETFs in January this year. So, supporting Trump also has its reasons. In the crypto market, closure and independence are many people's inherent impressions of Japan, and often its presence is not strong, easy for people to ignore. Compared to other markets in the Asian region, Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea are more frequently mentioned and focused on. However, the Web3 project team of Japan's ruling party released a white paper on April 6, 2023, viewing Web3 as a national strategy. For this, the Japanese government has invested a lot of resources in promoting blockchain technology research and application. It can be said that Japan's cryptocurrency market has a great potential, which is also an important reason why we set up the Bitcoin TV Japanese channel. Recently, Tokyo-based investment and consulting firm Metaplanet announced the plans to issue 1 billion yen worth of bonds, about $6.26 million, to raise funds to purchase Bitcoin. Metaplanet stated in a recent notice that the board of directors has agreed to this move, and the purchase of Bitcoin will be held for the long term. Bitcoin has been falling for several consecutive days, and retail investors are like ants on a hot pan, impatient, but the big players are seizing the opportunity to enter the market one after another.
According to the notice, these bonds have an annual interest rate of 0.5%. The planned purchase will increase Metaplanet's current cryptocurrency reserves, which had reached 141.07 bitcoins after Metaplanet announced the acquisition of 23.25 bitcoins on June 11th. The company first purchased 117 bitcoins in mid-May and stated that it had adjusted its financial strategy to a Bitcoin-first, Bitcoin-only approach, which is a direct response to Japan's ongoing economic pressures. According to Metaplanet's latest holdings report released in early June, its average purchase price was 10.28 million yen per Bitcoin, or equivalent to 65,365.
Based on the current Bitcoin price, if Metaplanet purchases 1 billion yen worth of Bitcoin today, they will receive about 99.84 Bitcoins. According to Google Finance data, Metaplanet's stock price rose 11.5% on Monday, trading at 96 yen, about 0.60. Its stock price has risen over 500% year to year. So this is also a signal of Japanese enterprises entering the cryptocurrency market. According to the latest survey by Nomura Holdings and its digital asset subsidiaries, Laser Digital, more than half of the Japanese institutional investors plan to invest in digital assets within the next 3 years. In terms of choosing crypto-related investment products, 53% chose ETFs, while 31% hope to invest directly into crypto assets. However, Japan currently prohibits Japanese securities firms from issuing related ETFs, even through delegation. But there's no need to worry too much. It's common for securities firms to change their tune when it's beneficial.
On June 25th, Tron officially celebrated its 6th Independence Day anniversary. As of now, Tron's global user base has exceeded 239 million, with over 7.9 billion cumulative transactions processed, and a total staking volume, TVL, exceeding $20.5 billion. Recently, Iran officially launched its central bank digital currency, aiming to simplify transactions within the country's banking system. The pilot project will launch in July on Kish Island, involving 2 major Iranian banks, Melat and Tejarat, and will focus on retail transactions. According to currently disclosed data, yesterday's U.S. Bitcoin spot ETFs saw net outflows of $174.5 million, marking 7 consecutive trading days of net outflows. A study by the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City found that stablecoin insurance costs are higher than bank deposit insurance. Since 2019, the average annual insurance cost for 4 unnamed stablecoins was 3.2%, but has dropped to below 1% in the past year, while bank FDIC insurance costs range from 2.5 to 42 basis points. CoinStats announced its relaunch on X. It's worth noting that not all features are currently activated, as the team is gradually restoring them to ensure a smooth and stable experience for each user.
Without physical suffering, blessings and prosperity are not deep. Without mental suffering, wisdom does not open. So people only know that the phoenix can be reborn but ignore its struggle in a fiery purgatory. So all those who have great enlightenment have once been beyond help. If the heart does not die, the way is not born. So whether you can succeed depends only on yourself, and most of you encounter someone more experienced who is willing to enlighten you.